Alright, we're going to go ahead and check the transmission fluid in this car, and I'm going to show you how. First thing you need to do is get it up in the air. So I drove it up on 2 ramps. I jacked this side up. That jack stand, I literally just sat it there. But I want to show you how stiff they make these cars. Okay, that's off the ground. There's nothing under this side. Okay, but that side's off the ground. That's how stiff they make these cars. So now I'll let this side down, jack up the other side, and get it all level. Alright, you want to get the car about as level as you can. What you can do is lay a level on that plastic strip and see how close you are. I am actually about 1 inch high in the back, but that's okay. Then you're going to need either an impact, a 17 millimeter Allen, or a breaker bar, or something, because this thing is going to be seriously tight. So we've got everything we need under there, so I'm going to crawl under there and show you. Okay, there's the drain plug. It's like about a 10 millimeter. And back in this hole, which is recessed up in here, yeah, I know you're going to get drunk from the video, but is your 17 millimeter. Okay, this is how you check the fluid level in your Volkswagen, your Audi. Even Ford pickup trucks are coming with no dipstick. So let me hammer this loose and I'll give you a quick look here. There you go, it's out. That's the size of the plug. Oh. That's a big old plug. Okay. Now I've serviced this transmission before. I've got a new filter kit in it. But what you do is you stick your finger up in here along this side. Right here is like a hole. You stick it up in there and I can't touch fluid. So we're low. So we're going to go ahead and get some fluid loaded up. The easiest way I found to load the fluid in here is buy it by the gallon. Get that thing off my jaw so it'll quit shaking while I talk. Buy it by the gallon. Put it in a 1 gallon bug sprayer. Take the hose, chop your valve off and get you a piece of like 3/16 inch brake line about 1 foot long. Bend it into a hook so you can stick it up in here and hook it. And it'll go out there, and then you pump until you see transmission fluid running out. Once you see transmission fluid running out, take your hook out, stick your plug back up in there, you're good to go. And the only way to stop it, you could put a little valve, the shut-off valve in line, or you could even use the squeeze thing. Just chop the sprayer off the end and stick a hose on it, and then use that. Or just loosen the, where you pump it, relieve the pressure. These things with the fluid changed in the filter generally hold 1 gallon, 5 quarts right around in there. I like to actually overfill them about 1/2 quart. I don't want to hear no bullshit about it's going to burn the seals up and blow the muffler bearings out of it and all this other crap. It's not. Okay, and then this is the other thing I wanted to show you. See the transmission tunnel all the way to the back? That's because they make these things in an all-wheel drive configuration. My goal with one of these is to find an all-wheel drive one that's totaled, take the all-wheel drive suspension out of the back, and put it in the back of one of these and put a V6 in it. Or even a little Mitsubishi diesel engine or something, just to be different, because I have a lot of free time and I'm bored and I want to have something that somebody goes, what the hell? So it's either going to burn the tires down to the rim when you take off, or I'm going to make it get 60 miles to the gallon, because if I get a diesel, I'm going to put it on the bottle, which means run it on propane, and I'm going to get 60 miles to the gallon out of it. And you can see how this is insulated under here. It's well insulated. And but anyways, we're going to go ahead and get some transmission fluid in this. This is the bug sprayer I use, and this is actually a thing I've made, which is an expandable freeze plug with a fitting. I drilled this completely through and brazed this piece of brake line in there and stuck it in there. what that does is on these Volkswagens, you stick it in here after you take this comes out. It's just a filter. You take the filter out, stick that down in and just snug it up. Pump it up until it just gets a little bit of pressure. Go to the farthest bleeder, crack it. And what I'll do is I'll fill that full of brake fluid and put, you know, half a dozen drops of food coloring in there to make it like a bright red. Put that in there, bleed it until I get bright red fluid out of the farthest breakaway. Then you go to this one, the farthest breakaway in the front. Then you go to this one, and you get red brake fluid out of all of them. Bam, you're done. So now I'm going to use it to fill my transmission fluid up. So let me, I got to make a little fitting out of a piece of brake line and we'll go from there. That's what I come up with. I took this little thin plastic tubing, stuck it up inside the 1/4 inch one, put a zip tie on it. We're going to throw it up under here so we can grab it and stuff it up in the transmission, and then we'll pump it up. See, put it up in the transmission like that, in that same little hole you stuck your finger in to check for the fluid, and then we will pump it up. Get fluid going in there until either that's empty, or we get fluid running out here. So once we get fluid running out here, we'll put the drain plug back in, and then we're done. Okay, we don't need to pump this up until, you know, it blows the damn thing apart. You just want to pump it up to get enough pressure in it. Okay, there goes the fluid right there. And then we'll watch it here. See when it goes down, or we start getting drippage under here. Going down. Pump it up some more. It's boring. Used about a 1/4 inch out of that. We'll just let that sit there so you can see what the heck is going on. Pump it up some more a little bit. Yeah, we're flowing now. You can actually see air bubbles going through the line. Okay. Now if I get my hand out in front of the camera. It's a slow process. That's my air hose. Leaking water. It's a slow process because this clear tubing is literally like a 1/16 of an inch thick. It's like windshield washer tubing, if not smaller. Okay, come on, come on. There we go. This is quart number 2. You can see the jugs filled back up. So we're loading her up. See it pouring out of the hole? We're full. So now we just put our drain plug in. Release the pressure so it'll quit pumping. Then we'll go under there and put our drain plug in. Now you don't want to beat the shit out of this and ruin the oil pan, but tight enough. Soak up the mess. And we'll burn the rag. That's it.